Since the last time we spoke, Kevin Johnson's been speaking as well, called you a media hype job. What do you make of that?
Well, the good thing is that, you know, you can say all you want to say in front of cameras, you can say all you want to say when there's security around. The good thing is Saturday night, you know, the bell goes, the referee steps apart, and me and him get to go to fist. So everything that people say is irrelevant because, you know, it's all about the victory and all about whoever beats the hell out of the opposition.
Ever since you turned over, you said that you hate all the talking. You don't like trash talking. You don't need it. Same as when Kevin Johnson, we had the first presser before that first fight was called off. Has it wound you up at all, hearing from Kevin Johnson? Because like you say, a lot of the time your opponents haven't been able to speak English, but this time he has, and he hasn't stopped. Has it wound you up?
Nah, no winding me up. I don't take it personal. But where I come from, you know, talk is cheap. You know, the loudest man in the room is normally the weakest. That's how I view it. But at the same time, it shows me a sense of his confidence, and it puts me on my A game. You know, for me not to be nervous or not to be apprehensive about this fight would be a weakness in my department. So I'm going to go in cautiously, and when I start getting my confidence in now, start loosening up, it's going to be amazing. You know, like for instance, Darrell, when he got dropped early on in the fight, it was very early on in the fight, so he wasn't loose, he wasn't, you know, his body wasn't relaxed. So the good thing about fighting Johnson is I'm sure it will go 4 or 5 rounds, and that's probably when you'll see the best of me.
Have you watched much of his previous fights?
No, the one fight I want to watch is him versus Fury. I haven't watched that one yet, but I've watched all the other ones.
Yeah. And what about Kevin Johnson as an opponent, do you think? Because he's been around a long time, and like we say, he's been in with a lot of people, but he hasn't beaten the top contenders, but he's never been stopped.
Yeah, exactly. So it shows he's durable. People say Anthony Joshua needs rounds, he needs a better opponent. I think for this stage of my career, I think it was a great decision to fight Kevin Johnson. Not only the fact we fight Kevin Johnson is not on a week's notice, it's not on 2 weeks, not even 2 months. It's been 4 months, 6 months. He's been training since Vladimir Klitschko fought Kubrat Pulev, because we was in a training camp together helping Vladimir prepare. So he's in good shape, man. He's in good shape.
You described this fight as win-win. Can you explain that?
As long as I get the victory, where I mean win-win is that I got to tick the box of go the distance in a fight. You know, the nerves is different. We go rounds upon rounds in the gym, but a fight's different. So if I can do that, I think that would be great. Number 2, to get the statement of Anthony Joshua, the first man to stop Kevin Johnson. It's a little statement. It's not. Doesn't mean I'm heavyweight champion of the world. It doesn't mean I'm going to be heavyweight champion of the world. But it just means that I've got something that a lot of people haven't got, and I was able to do something that his previous opponents couldn't.
Eddie's already said that you'll probably be out in Manchester and then looking ahead to another big one in London against a domestic opponent, which again will be another kind of tick box, a big domestic fight. Someone like Dillian White, David Price Terriches, or these are the names that we're in about. So this fight is so important when it comes to setting those up.
Very correct, very correct. I think even like Raphael, Love, Gavin, and we could go back from our first fight. You know, boxing is in the era where, you know, you don't want to lose that O. So I think from my first fight, if I would have taken a loss on my second, it would have been very detrimental on my momentum. But it won't stop me, you know. Difficulties build character. I've faced some difficulties coming through as an amateur that have made me the man I am today. But the main objective, as I said, is to win against Johnson. But if worst possibilities happen, you know, it wouldn't stop my momentum, and it wouldn't stop me from wanting to and going on to achieving my goals.